Hey everyone, it is Digital Shaman. I am back for part two of sharing my all digital tarot and oracle card collection. A couple of things I want to follow up on before we go through finish touring all the different decks that I purchased. One thing I didn't give y'all is prices. That's kind of important. So what I've seen from Fool's Dog, their apps are kind of, I guess, a little bit on the lower price side, $3.99. Hayhouse has ranged from $4.99 to I think $16.99 was the highest. And like I said, they will give you a 7-day trial, and then their 7-day trial is all cards. And after 7 days, you have to pay to continue. Some of the other independent decks I've noticed will give you full, or will let you download the app, and they'll show you half the cards, and then you have to pay to unlock to get full ownership. Also, with independent decks, obviously the pricing on them will vary, but so far it's been my experience that most digital decks are definitely coming in cheaper than their physical counterpart, which can range from what $20 to 60 or more, depending on how rare it is. And Oceanhouse Media, their decks have been, I think I've seen $7.99. And then actually what they do, which is pretty cool, because like I said, they have a lot of Elena Fairchild apps. They sell their decks in bundles. So I do highly recommend getting the bundle because you will save a little bit of money. So that's a little bit on pricing. The other thing, I don't want all my Android people to think, oh, there's another Apple channel. She's an Apple fangirl. I'm not denying that, but I'm a techie through and through. And then actually, in this case, if I get my finger to point, in this case right there, is I have a Google Pixel phone. I have a Samsung Galaxy tablet. So I have lots of technology in my home. I have a Windows machine. If we find some spirituality apps on Linux, Unix, we will go there. So please keep in mind that I'm just starting off this channel, and that's why I'm the digital shaman. I love all technology platforms, OS, operating systems. So, we will get to do some things on Android. I just want my Android people to think I ain't forgot about y'all. And then also, with that being said, the good thing is, at least I can speak for Fool's Dog. Most of the apps you see developed, especially from the major vendors like Hayhouse and things like that, they have the same counterpart on in the Google Play Store. So that'll help out. So I actually had some, and I'm still continuing to have weird issues. Again, I'm not going to be screaming iOS. My screen recorder, the screen recording app is acting really, really strange. So this is probably like take 10 of trying to show y'all my part two. So I apologize that the first video ended so abruptly, but we're going to pick back up where we left, which was my last deck that I own from Oceanhouse Media, and that is another Elena Fairchild deck, the Kuan Yin Oracle. So this Kuan Yin Oracle, I actually only got this a couple weeks ago, and I really haven't worked with this goddess too much, but I just was compelled to buy it, and to me, it's another deck where it's beautiful artwork, like Elena Fairchild. Physical decks translate like one to one with the digital counterparts. It's borderless art. It's very detailed. You can flip the card and you get a full message. And just back to the details. Let me go back out real quick to the full spread. You kind of notice at the bottom of each card they had the cards numbered. So let's flip to another one. So Mother Fierce, it was card 18, and then if you flip to the back, you see that it's card 18. So I don't know, I just kind of like that. I feel like it's kind of details. If you want to know what card numbers, because and actually that's true. It's symbology and everything. Symbology and everything. So a little numerology there. So this is Kuan Yin Oracle. Okay, we're going to flip to we're actually gonna flip to Hay House, and then we will save the independents last but not least. So Hay House actually has a lot of the big hitter popular decks, like their Hay House. So let's just kick off from the top. So first one is Work Your Light Oracle cards, which I love this deck. It's actually, so hold on, I gotta switch. And then you kind of notice too, now we're seeing a different developer style as opposed to Fool's Dog or Oceanhouse. So I just had to like switch my fingers there. I just love the pastels, the colors behind this deck, like the messages. It's just, and then it's borderless. I am partial to borderless cards. It's just amazing. Let's look at one in a bigger, on the big screen, and you have the ability to tap and read more. So you kind of get like a paragraph, a blurb. They actually ask you a question. So this boundaries card, they say, where do you need to establish better boundaries? They give you some text, and then on here on the bottom is the work your light inquiry, which is another question. Which is great for going into journal prompts and things like that. Let's see what other cards on here I like. I like this mirror one. It's just nice. I mean, like I said, the Work Your Light Oracle cards is just a beautiful deck to work with. Nothing else really needs to be said other than that. So let's go on. So the next deck is Spirit Messages by John Holland. Also, shout out to my homie Urban Alchemist. If you go back a couple of videos, he and I did an unboxing of the new mediumship training deck published by John Holland and Lauren Rainbow. So check that out. All right, let's take a look at some of the cards here for Spirit Messages. This I like. I like it. It's you get the text on the front of the card, and you just get a simple picture, and then obviously still you get more information on the back of the card. So I like this. Let me see some of the cards that stand out. I like this ancestral wisdom. Makes you think about epigenetics. Just things that come down the line. It's just unreal to think about. Really tracing our roots. Ooh, I like this animal kingdom, butterflies, fish. I see my turtle. Yeah, this is it's like a simple, sweet, and powerful. That's what I can say about the Spirit Messages deck. Next up is Moonology. It's actually I have the physical cards. Hayhouse. See, I told y'all need to chill out with these pop-ups. Hayhouse. I mean, Moonology. Let's browse the cards. Moonology, I mean, this deck is beautiful, simple, and it's purposeful. I mean, 31 days out of the month, there's an opportunity to work within a moon cycle. And then we have the eclipse. We got an eclipse coming up soon, so might use this deck to do a reading on here. Let's take a look at. I see the Aries Ram, New Moon in Aries, against the red constellation background. New Moon in Virgo, since Virgo represents working the I don't want to say working the earth. Makes me think about Demeter, the fields. There we go. Yeah, so Moonology. It's popular, and like I said, it's pretty simple. So let's keep going. Soul Coaching Oracle. I'm actually not gonna really discuss this. I did a video on that already. So but actually what, to keep it in here. Let's look at a couple of the cards. Because this deck was really simple. Sometimes you just want to really get a quick message, get your imagery, and go on about your day. But at the same time, if we hit the back or the read more, you get a card meaning. It says your soul wants to know blank, and you get an affirmation. So I like how there's a balance between simple imagery on the front and then their details on the back of the card. So that's Soul Coaching Oracle. Next up is Archangel Animal Oracle cards. Let's take a look at some of the ones here. Wow, I like this. I like the artwork is very detailed. In some cases, you get a mapping to, like, this bear card here maps to Archangels Uriel and Jophiel. Let's see. I think there's a couple I noticed didn't actually, if I can find them, didn't always match to an Archangel. And then, of course, now it's hiding from me. Oh, hold on. Let's look at the Capricorn, the goats. Yeah, it's kind of interesting too. Like some of these, learning more about the different archangels. And on the back of the card, it tells you a little bit about goats who originate from Orion. This is funny. Their service work is to clear unwanted vegetation and rubbish. Okay, and then you get guidance. So I like this deck a lot. Another one that looks simple but is, oh, look at the colors on the hedgehog. Oh, he's so cute. Little Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah. So I like this deck a lot. And I like the animals. Next up, Angels and Ancestors Oracle card. Another brilliant deck just in terms of how many different elements, dimensions are depicted. See, we got the Druid, the Elder. Let's actually randomize. Stargazer. And the details. So, like, looking at this telescope, you can see etched on the telescope is the planetary symbols. So let's take a look at the back of the card. So you get a message, you get a about, I guess the card topic, and then you get an extended message. So let's take a look at some more cards. Earth Guardian. Yeah, this deck is, I like it a lot. I use it quite often. Okay, moving on. The next one is the Power of Surrender cards. 52 card deck to transform your life. If I remember this correctly, I don't think there is anything on the back. Yeah, this is one of the rare ones. I haven't seen too many decks where you don't have anything on the back. And I don't have this one physically to know if that's just how it's designed. And then also, let me say too, I'm presuming that the way that it kind of developed when we flip the card, like, because I'm thinking, like, I have enough decks to know that I haven't seen any where you flip the card and you get that text. So I guess they kind of just chopped up the little white book and put the meanings and stuff on the back of the digital card to kind of make it a seamless experience. So back to the surrendering deck. Let's take a look at some more. I guess it's just kind of simple. It gives you the blank to surrender to and a short message and pictures. So let's browse. Yeah, I guess they give you the instructions, and and then we can take a look. Yeah, just nice simple messages. And I like the square, the artwork, and kind of like these are kind of borderless now that I look at it, but they kind of like have like imagery going all around like the edges with the little like icons and stuff. So yeah, simple but useful. Okay, what's next? We have Angel Prayers Oracle card. I told y'all about these Hayhouse pop-ups. This is borderless, and we got the different obviously Archangel. So Metatron, let's pull this one up. I like it. I mean, at first it kind of looks like, I don't want to say cartoonish, but then there is enough realism to kind of say, okay, to give respect to the artwork. Like, it's not like too playful where you kind of lose the seriousness of the deck. So in some cases, I see there's not necessarily an archangel represented. Like, let's click this one here. Healthy choices. Thank you, angels, for guiding me to make healthy decisions. And let's just kind of look at the back. So they give you a general meaning, and then they give you an expanded interpretation. Yeah. Let's pull up one more card. I like this. Yeah, like I said, it's colorful. I like the colorful decks. And then the general meaning and expanded interpretation. Okay, so we only got a few more from Hayhouse. The next one is Power Animal Oracle cards. I told y'all I was a nature lover. Cancel. Let's look at some of the cards here. Browse cards. I remember this deck because I find the style of the art to be very interesting. It's almost kind of like an advertisement. So you have like the big, what is the animal? I guess kind of like characteristic of the picture and then a message. So let's just see. Let's look at the back of the card or to read more. So with Beaver, Beaver's got a little Nike energy because it says go ahead and just do it. Beaver productiveness, and they kind of give you just some text, sample text, and then additional associations. And that's actually cool. I feel like, if you're working with animal spirits, if you want to continue to expand your knowledge on like some unknown meanings of animals like beaver, Enthusiasm, community. I can kind of see that. Cooperation. Actually, I can kind of see that too because in order for the beaver to pull the wood and make their dams and do all that, they can't be all like, "What you doing? What you doing? What you doing?" They got to work together to get it all lined up to stop the water. So that definitely makes a lot of sense. So, yeah, and this deck, and even when you look at, so when I'm looking at the card bigger as opposed to like in the stack, the artwork just continues to look even more marvelous. It's kind of like at first glance you might be like, it's a little middling, but when you look at it in a larger screen, it's definitely nice. So, okay, next up is Starseed Oracle, which I always work your light in Starseed. They're both kind of like dreamy, pastel-y cards. Yeah, but Starseed, I just like the messages. Because some of us beam me up, beam me up. Some of us is ready to go back home. Yeah, another borderless. Let's take a look at the back to read more. So you get like all paths lead to home, and you get some words there. You get some text, and then it's like says Starseed Soul Inquiry, which is like a journal prompt. So that's nice. Let's take a look at some more of the cards. Let's just do the random. A new earth. Yeah. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. Shout out to all my light workers. Keep holding that light for the planet. That's all we can do. This is another nice one. I mean, yeah, the imagery here is this spectacular. So that's Starseed Oracle. And then we have Crazy Sexy Love Notes, which I kind of picked up on a whim when I was doing a little bit of work on self-love and self-worth. And I just found this to be fun, fun, but also, powerful, powerful imagery. Accept compliments. This is kind of cool. Let's see, is there any message? And there's a little message on the back. Oh, and I like the back of these cards. Like they put the text and they still have the colors going. And it's just again simple, short, sweet pick me ups. Let's take a look at another card. Yeah, you can't please everyone. Why are these horses giving this? They're giving so much side eye. I'm not even gonna ask what's going on, but the side eye is hilarious. Let's flip the back. Yeah, don't shrink to fit in or get approval. Absolutely. So yeah, so like I said, I like this deck. And I remember too, don't quote me. I think this deck was $4.99. Was definitely, pretty affordable, so I picked that up. So that is all of the Hayhouse collection, and now we're going to move into the independent decks. Just a couple I want to discuss.